Hey everybody, it's Mr. Chris at the Hudson Area Public Library. I got some new periodic elements in that I ordered. If you've seen the first video, I got 2 elements for a new kind of virtual periodic table of the elements. So I showed the kind of poster. Some of you may have seen it in a textbook. A lot of them have them hanging up in classrooms at school, especially when you get into high school. It'll have all the elements listed. And so I started with 2 last week, and 3 more arrived that I've ordered. I'm kind of ordering them in batches, and we're showing them and weighing them and kind of noting the differences in them. So I got a running list from last week. So if you haven't seen the previous video, you don't need to, because we'll reference them here. So the 3 new elements I have are aluminum, if you can see. Aluminum there. So we will weigh this. And again, these are all the 5 millimeters square each side. So all the elements that I'll be getting for this chart are the exact same size. And I'll tilt this down so hopefully you can see my digital scale that reads in ounces. And so we're going to put the aluminum on here. And then I've got a Sharpie handy, so I can write the weight there. So you can see that hopefully on the chart. So we're coming in at 0.096 for aluminum. I'll put that back. And then we'll be looking at this one here I've got, which is, you can read that. I'm trying to get that up on the camera. The light, focus. Can you see that? Titanium. So titanium is a special metal. Happens when you're dealing with things that are going to be going under a lot of heat. So aluminum works really well. You probably have felt that in a juice can or a soda can are made of aluminum, but it doesn't hold up really well to heat. So if you're making something like a fighter jet that's going to be going really fast, or a vehicle that might be going in and out of space, coming back a spacecraft, titanium can handle a lot more heat. So some of the areas that might be exposed to a lot more friction, a lot more heat, titanium is less resistant. Its melting point is higher, so it can take a lot more heat. So that's when some engineers might use a metal like titanium. So we'll weigh the titanium next. Hopefully you can see that. We'll put that in there, and our titanium is coming in at 0.162. A different weight again. So again, these are all the same size cubes, 5 millimeters square, but they're all coming in at different weights so far. So I'm going to drop titanium at its chart position on the table. And then the last one I have for today is this one. If I can get it in the light where you can read it. Where do I go? Can you see that? It's so hard to see something. There we go. Magnesium. So this is another of the metals. We'll see what this weight comes in at. We got a similar one. Oh, different again. 0.061. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so those are our 3 that we have for today to add to the chart. So I'm going to drop these at their correct numbers on the periodic table here, and then we can see what our current periodic table looks like here. So these are our new additions. I'm trying to hold that away. So all the blank spots are elements we've not acquired yet. And then the 5 that you do see are ones that I'm trying to hold that in a way where you can see everything there. Give you a little bit of angle on the cubes. So we've got 5 in there so far, and we'll be getting more. And then I've got the weights for them. You kind of see as I jot it down. So you have the name of the element. So we've got copper, carbon, aluminum, magnesium, and titanium. The second item listed is its periodic table abbreviation. So it's a way you kind of write it in shorthand. So some kind of make sense, Cu for copper, C for carbon. Others have different combinations of letters, and some aren't so easy to reference the title. They're a little bit more esoteric, a little more complicated, a little more different sounding than the material, but that's because some materials are similar in naming, and so they have to come up with different letter combinations for them. And then I have the weight. So my scale is weighing in ounces. And so these are how much of an ounce they all weigh. So again, a lot of you may have familiar with ounces. If you look at a box of cereal, it'll have the ounces of how much the cereal weighs. It's in the box you have, or candy bar, or granola bar, things like that. So you'll notice that, again, all the same size, and all the other ones we're going to get are all going to be those 5 millimeter cubes, but they're all coming in at different weights. And that's the different densities of the materials that we're dealing with. And that's what makes some of them, as we just talked about, more impervious to heat than others. They'll melt a little bit easier. So I think it's kind of neat. I hope you think it's kind of neat too. This is one of those things that I'm going to try to have that will be able to be passed around and shared with people, and they'll be able to put them on the scale and feel them and weigh them and compare them and do that. So this is kind of the virtual periodic table that we're showing you, but we hope to have it available for activities in the library and for other things soon. So I will do another video when I get my next batch of elements as we keep going through the periodic table. And I hope to see you in the library. I hope everybody's having a great summer and doing the summer reading program or the virtual camps and our expanded hours now in July. So we're open 6 days a week and during the day and in the evenings, and still have curbside pickup and all that stuff. So hopefully I'll be seeing lots of happy faces in the library throughout the summer, and we'll see you again with another STEM video when we get our next batch of elements in. So until then, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.